Everyone knows how troubled the Sonic series was in the mid 2000s. It was a complete dumpster fire, but among the dumpster fire, some hidden gems managed to actually go through Sega's quality control. I mean, some of these games were like the best in the series, like Sonic Rush, Sonic Unleashed, almost Sonic Heroes, but we won't be talking about any of those today. I'm about to enlighten you to the real hidden gem that Sega accidentally threw together. We are going to be talking about Sonic Rivals. Released on November 21st, 2006 in the US and December 2006 everywhere else, for the Sony PSP, Sonic Rivals offers a unique twist on the 2D Sonic gameplay everyone loves with one simple concept: race to win. That's right, in Sonic Rivals, you race one of Sonic's rivals. Being Knuckles, Shadow, and a brand new addition to the cast, Silver the Hedgehog. Silver was introduced to the series a week prior on November 14th in everyone's favourite game, Sonic. Unfortunately, Rivals was met with mixed or average reviews, scoring a 64 out of 100 on Metacritic. But I'm about to tell you why this game is severely underappreciated. The story in Rivals is pretty okay, but who cares, the game is fun. The basic plot is, Onyx Island comes out of nowhere, Sonic and Tails go to investigate. They find Eggman, who's turned Amy into a card using his special camera that turns things into cards. But this isn't just any Eggman, this is Eggman, a descendant of the Eggman we know. This Eggman used this camera to travel into the past and turn the real Eggman into a card as well. He basically wants to remove all the family failures from history. After Shadow discovers this, Silver appears and Eggman flees to space, planning to turn the whole planet into a card. The gang race to stop him and the day is saved. Now, that is the most basic explanation of this story, but it's nothing crazy, so yeah. Each character having their own path is a cool addition, and they all eventually reach the same ending, which I can't complain about. Alright, now on to the fun part. The first thing I have to say is this game is pure adrenaline. I don't know how it took so long to come up with the idea of a 2D Sonic racing game, but my god, this shit is incredible. The game really makes you try, but in a way that's challenging and fun and not completely mind-numbing. Some races will come down to a second, and it never fails to get your heart beating like no other Sonic game does. Also, the movement in this game feels perfect, and I think it's because of a new feature, the boost object. When running over a boost object, you can press X to access a higher path and usually be given an item, or you can press circle and get a short boost that propels you forward. If you can combine these moves with the homing attack and attacking your opponent at the right time, the movement just feels so fluid. They also added a new move in this game, the dash attack. It's nothing special, it's just a little short boost of speed that you can attack your opponent with, but it adds a good variety to the number of ways you can slow down your Sonic rival. The other way to slow down your rivals is with the items that were introduced exclusively to this game. These items are a blast to use and have a lot of utility, and they actually change function based on if you're in the lead or behind, which can add some fun decision making on whether to use it for defense or wait to catch your rival off guard. Each stage has its own unique item, and the more stages you complete, the more items you get access to, with more becoming available after every stage. So let's not waste any time and get into the zones and their respective items. First up is Forest Falls. Now this is your typical first stage in any Sonic game. It's very green and it's very pretty. Now in my opinion, this is one of the best first stages in any Sonic game. It's just so fun to play, and obviously it is beautiful, like I said. The contrast of the lush green and the bright blue, it's amazing. Now the items in this stage are the Fireball, which, if you're in the lead, creates a fire shield to protect you from one hit, or if you're behind, shoots a fireball that speeds through the track to hit the opponent. The second item in this stage is Ice. If you're in the lead, it'll drop an ice cube that freezes your rival if they run into it. If you're behind, it will shoot a blast of ice through the stage that will freeze the opponent. Every stage also has these interactive parts that are like make you feel like you're actually playing a stage in this place. It's great. Alright, next up is Coliseum Highway Zone, which is Roman themed. Now, this stage is full of loops, and it has a big scenic loop at the end where you look at two Roman statues, and it's so cool. In this stage, you gain access to the lightning ring, which is one of the best items in the game, I think. Now, if you're in the lead, it will drop several lightning rings that paralyze the opponent if they touch one, or if you're in first, will send like a lightning burst forward that paralyzes them. Alright, stage 3 is Sky Park Zone, which is basically a carnival in the sky. Now, this and Forest Falls are tied as my #1 zones, because they're both just amazing to look at and so fun to play. From this zone, all items are unlocked, with the new items being Illusion, which if you're in first will drop a small orb of illusion that distorts opponent's vision, and if you're in last will send it forward to distort the opponent's vision. The next item is the Human Mine, which if you're in first will drop the mine, and if they run into it, it'll blow them up. Or a Human Mine if you're in last, which will obviously go forward and home in on your arrival. The next item is Wind, which if you're in first will drop a tornado that scoops your opponent up in the air, and if you're in last will shoot it forward to scoop them up in the air. The next item is the Ring Magnet, which has the same function if you're in first or last, which just attracts rings. There's actually one item I haven't mentioned yet, being the Star. The Star is a special item which lets each character use their own signature move. Sonic has Sonic Boom, which is a speed boost that gives you invincibility and allows you to charge through enemies. Knuckles has the Hammer Punch. Punching the floor releases a shockwave that causes your rival to lose their footing and become stunned. Shadow has iconic Chaos Control, which slows down your rival's movements, unaliving all of their momentum. And finally, we have the Drink.
Call me the drink!
Silver, who has ESP, which flips your rival's controls at random. For example, holding right will be changed to left or up on the D-pad. Oh yeah, Metal Sonic's here too. His signature move is to just copy whoever it is you're playing against. Alright, let's get back to the zones. Zone 4 is Crystal Mountain Zone. Now, this is an actually good snow level. I feel like they did a great job with the environments in this game, because this stage is just as beautiful as the other ones. Zone 5 is Death Yard Zone, which is, as it says, a death yard. It's a huge scrapyard filled with lots of heavy machinery, wrecking balls and zip lines that you can actually use to traverse through the stage. The 6th and final zone in Sonic Rivals is Meteor Base Zone. Now, this is a very futuristic zone. It's filled with lava, and the unique thing about this zone is you don't actually race anyone, you help each other, which is a neat little addition. Now, like I said, all the environments in these stages are absolutely beautiful, and that's only amplified by the little scenic section in each stage that just shows off the beauty of this game. Alright, let's move on to the bosses. Each stage has its own unique boss, the first boss being the Egg Turtle. Oh yeah, the boss fights are actually made fun in this game, because you actually have to race your rival to get the most hits in to win, which is interesting. Now, this boss is really easy but really fun, and it's really simple as well. So the Egg Turtle will slam its head down at random points, and all you gotta do is hit the head 6 times to win. As the fight goes on, it'll start spinning faster, and the head and tail will start sticking out when it's spinning, which makes it harder, but it's still not that hard. The next boss is the Egg Falcon, which is probably the most annoying. It flies around the stage and drops bombs, and you have to jump up to the platforms to hit it when the Falcon comes down. As this fight goes on, the bombs that are dropped will be different. Like, some will freeze the platform you're standing on, some will set it on fire. So it mixes it up. The third boss is the Egg Lynx, and this isn't nearly as annoying as the Egg Falcon. Pretty much you just have to avoid the shockwaves it sends out until it slams its paws down, and then you can jump on the cockpit where Eggman is. The only really annoying thing is when it slams its paws down, it probably will hit you every time somehow. The fourth boss is Egg Kong. which is probably the easiest boss in the whole game. Pretty much, you don't have a rival for this fight, you just have Metal Sonic distracting you, so you're not competing for hits on this one. All you've got to do is wait for Eggman to come out and jump on him. That is literally it. The final boss is the Egg Destroyer. Now this is a linear path that you'll have to beat 4 different sections of to beat the boss. Pretty much it'll just be turrets firing like ice and lightning, and you just gotta dodge the turrets, dodge Metal Sonic, hit all the 4 capsules, and you beat the boss. Some of you might have noticed that that's only 5 bosses, and that's actually because Metal Sonic is the final boss of Skypark Zone. In Act 2, you race Metal Sonic to the finish, just like Stardust Speedway, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, while the bosses are pretty simple in this game, they're really fun, and it's a nice twist on the same old hit the weak spot formula that we're all used to. Alright, moving on to the extras now. Every time you finish a stage or complete a certain objective, you earn a card for your collection. These cards are cool little pieces of the franchise's history and include characters like Hero Chow, Black Doom, Jet the Hawk too. I'm sorry. These will unlock certain outfits for you to mix and match onto your characters. Each character has 3 outfits, so let's get straight into it. Sonic has the leather outfit, which is black and red and looks really cool. He has the ice outfit, which is also really cool and matches his blue, and the black tie, which turns him into a fancy hedgehog. Shadow also has a leather outfit that looks a lot cooler than Sonic's. The flame outfit, which is also cool, and the 80s one, which is questionable. Knuckles' leather outfit is also really cool. He also gets a suit of armor, which is, that suits Knuckles. And probably the best one for Knuckles, the Eggman outfit. Moving on to Silver, his leather outfit is also really cool and suits his color scheme. The Lightning outfit, which is actually also really cool. The Christmas outfit, which feels kinda out of place. And finally we have Metal Sonic, whose leather outfit doesn't really match the other ones. His circuit outfit, which is probably the best one, it's insanely cool. And Jester, which is also questionable. Now these outfits don't really do anything, but they look cool, some of them. For the post game, there's a few extra game modes. There's the wireless mode if you want to play with friends and bet on races. The challenge mode where you have to complete certain objectives like hit a certain number of attacks from behind. There's even a circuit mode, which is pretty much like Mario Kart. You just race your rival to earn first place in all the cups. This game's a pretty complete experience with 4 story modes, 3 extra game modes, and collectibles. I can't believe this game got mixed reviews back in the day, because this is incredible, especially for a PSP game in 2006. Like, this game is charming and it deserves so much more appreciation. So, hopefully this video has inspired you to play Sonic Rivals and give it the love it deserves. If you do, come back and let me know what you think about it. But that's all from me this time. See ya.